is up there, YouTube? It's Rain here, and I've got an FKK draft for you guys. That's Fate Reforged Cons for those of you who don't know. And it's very easy first pick here because we pulled a nice Balmy Rare. Shu Yun is an excellent card. Whoa, okay. Looks like I lost connection here. But that doesn't matter, so I'm going to keep picking to let them know I'm here. Whoa. I guess my internet just died. Hello? Okay. Okay, so we took a Shu Yun first pick. This card is excellent. Prowess, great body, great ability. We'll want to lean us towards red or white. So now we have a choice between Dragon Bell Monk, Sandblast, and probably Shockmaw Dragon would be the third pick. I really like the blue-white aggressive decks, and Sandblast is a bit more of a defensive card than an aggressive card, though it's fine in those decks. So I'm going to take the Dragon Bell Monk. It's nice to get a bunch of creatures with prowess. It helps change your priorities in the draft so you can pick up spells later on. And this guy's just a very good filler card, as opposed to potentially something like Right Into Being, which I think is worse in this deck. And Shockmaw's a little slow. So I'm going to stick with this archetype that I like, that's blue-white aggro. Alright, this pack. Looks like there's a bunch of decent green cards, well, a few decent green cards in the mix of some bad ones. There's a Dowsing Gloom, which is probably the second best card in the pack, and the best card in the pack is Bathe in Dragonfire. I think Dragon Bell Monk doesn't lock me into being white. I think Bathe in Dragonfire is enough better than Right Into Being that I'm just going to take the Bathe in Dragonfire here. Looks like we may have an AFK. Alright, I'm just going to talk about the rest of this pack though. There's a Jeskai Runemark, a Lotus Pageant, and a Wandering Champion. All are excellent, and it's very hard to replace effects. So I'm going to take the Wandering Champion. It's a fantastic 2-drop in these sorts of aggressive decks. It works decently with Shu Yun. It works really well with Jeskai Runemark if you can table this or pick up a different one. The card is just really busted, so I'm going to take it, though I wouldn't fault anybody for any of these 3 picks. I think the champion's the best. Dragon Bell Monk, exceptional card with this direction we're going in. Looks like that Bathe in Dragonfire was a bit of a hoax. Meringue River Prowlers, great in aggressive decks. It's just a 3-power 2-power evasion creature for 3. And Sky Captain's a 2-power evasion creature for 4. It's a bit of a slower card. So yeah, Whisper of the Wilds is very good too, but I'm going to take the Prowler. And I was kind of mentioning I really wanted Jeskai Runemark, so I'm going to pick that up. Works great with Wandering Champion, works really well with Dragon Bell Monks as well. Alright, so looks like this draft is going on. And green-black is way more open than it should be. In terms of cards I care about, the one I really care about is Grim Contest. Return to the Earth is actually an okay sideboard plan against this deck, but Grim Contest is by far the best card in this pack. I don't really see myself splashing Cunning Strike. I'd rather splash Bathe in Dragonfire, for instance. And take a Right Into Being is the best card in my colors. Lightning Shriek or Gorsewine are bad, so that's not a sign that red is open. I talked about Cutting Strike last pack. Right Into Being is just a good card. will the other right into being? That's the second I like worse than the first, but it may still be worth it. I don't want to barricade in this deck, it's very aggressive. I like right into being triggering prowess on currently 3 of my guys, as well as being a decent creature. 3 is pushing it, but there's nothing else in this pack. The Rune Mark made it back around, that's wonderful. I guess I'll take the one with less mana cost. Honestly, right now I only see myself playing 2 of those. I'm gonna take a Ration Cleric. There's a slight chance I actually end up playing it. I have 2 Rune Marks at this point, and they work really well with white 2-drops, especially white 2-drops that have decent enough toughness to live through a lot of damage removal. So there's a slight chance. I'll keep it in the main for now. Double Rune Mark. If I didn't get the second Rune Mark, I wouldn't even consider it. Alright, looks like I maybe wanted one of those blue-red lands from last pack because I opened 3 Jeskai cards. No Jeskai lands, no good blue-white cards. So the question is, do I want Jeskai Charm, Sage of the Inward Eye, or a free Weapon Master? I think it's going to be Sage of the Inward Eye for me. I already have a lot of incentive with my prowess guys so far to want to play a good amount of non-creature spells. So Sage already benefits off of that. It's a very decent flying body, and it just has a huge impact on the game. It's very hard to raise this. Okay, so now there's a Jeskai student, which I would like to wheel. Jeskai student's a better version of a Ration Cleric at holding Jeskai Rune Marks. Has prowess, that's great. But in this pack there's also a Singing Bellstrike and a Water Whirl. I think I'm going to go with the Bellstrike. It's just really great to play in an aggressive deck. It's almost like just pacifism. And, you know, triggers prowess, keeps our creature taps that I'm worried about, does everything. This pack has a Mardu Horde Chief, and a Splash Scaldkin. Yeah, Horde Chief's the only card I would consider here. Defiant Strike actually isn't bad, but I still only have technically 3 prowess bodies, and I do have a lot of good spells, so I don't really need this right now. Ooh, excellent. Prowess Flyer. So aggressive, has prowess which works well with the deck, and we'll get through a lot of damage in a game. Love it. Sage Eye Harrier isn't the worst at carrying a Rune Mark, but it's a very, very slow card. None of these cards are exactly in the camp I'd like to call my main deck. So I guess I'll take Aerostorm, and on the off chance I get a lot of Red Splash. Pretty easy Jeskai student here. Don't really want to go for the Quiet Contemplation, though I don't think it's terrible in this deck because I have the double right into being, so I'm playing creatures tapping guys down. But yeah, as I mentioned before, Jeskai student's a great card, lots of synergy. There's a chance I play this banner. It triggers prowess, it helps me splash red. Another Jeskai Wind Scout, as I was talking about earlier, wonderful card. Free Weapon Master is a very easy card to splash, and Whirlwind Adept is not very good at all. Oh jeez. If I didn't have this a Ration Cleric, I'd probably pick the student here. Given that I do, I think I may want this Water Whirl, because right now I have 3 white 1-drops to work with my Rune Marks, and Jeskai student is incrementally better than a Ration Cleric, but it's not enough better in my eyes. So I'm going to go with this Water Whirl, a very powerful aggressive effect. Just wins you the game on turn 6. Still unclear if I'm playing these. More Behemoth's a fine card, especially in certain matchups. Mystic Wield, that's amazing. I was kind of considering in the back of my mind the Mystic. Last time it was around. Harrier's not going to make the cut, but I suppose we'll take it. Maybe there's a matchup. Blue-white aggro, doesn't really want kill shot. Could use a Psionic Glaciers though. You give this guy flying with a rune mark and having a white guy out, there can be a lot of damage that I can get through. It looks like I'm already heavy blue, so Scion would already be a good card. I can't take the Sagu Mauler. I'd rather look to splash red, and I don't want to look to pick a fourth color of card up, so I'm going to take the Psionic Glaciers. I think it's still better than Alabaster Kirin. Force Away is, yeah, exceptional. Not much more to say. I don't feel like losing to Death Frenzy today. Maybe? Probably not. Unless I'm like starving for playables. Wind Scout, yay! And the last Mystic made it back around. Maybe this will too. That pack seems a little weaker than the last one though. We have 3 Wind Scouts, that's awesome. The creatures in this deck are really strong. And the spells are also very good. Yeah. Weapon Master is very good, but I really don't want to be in red. I'm not going to play 2 War Behemoths. That's just not happening. I suppose I should take Temur Charger. Greens seem pretty open in these packs, and it's maybe the best card against me. I can't ever see siding in a 3rd Weapon Master. Otherwise I would take it. There's probably a matchup where I want to side in Cruise. I think it's better than Wetland Sandbar. Don't really need another 2-drop. I think I'm pretty good on that front. And Sandbar isn't the one I would like anyway. Holy crap, what did I just take? Oh man. Did I just take... I took the Wetland Sandbar. Talk about saying one thing, doing another. Tusker Captain shouldn't be in this pack. There's no situation where I play cancel. So yeah. Let's not give gifts to our opponents. Disdainful Stroke. Excellent. Singing Bellstrike, making the main. Sage Eye Harrier. I think somebody would be motivated to play Cranial Archive more than Siegecraft because Reed Duke played it, but most people don't realize that he had very specific reasons for doing so. So yeah, looks like some variation of this will be my main deck. Don't have to play red, which is good because I have no lands for it. I would have to play this banner. I'd rather not give up the consistency when I'm going with an aggressive deck like this. It's very, very important to play my spells on time and to keep playing new threats every turn. And I can do that without having to resort to playing red. Question is, do I want another wetland, a Wetland Sandbar, or a Right Into Being? Or perhaps a War Behemoth? I think I want a white card. Just because I have so few right now, and Rune Mark is very bad if I don't have a white card. I could put in a Weapon Master, and actually I could put in 2 Weapon Masters. Now 1 Weapon Master, and a Mountain? Maybe 2? Yeah, I'll put in 2 Mountains. And then 15 land slots left. That's 9 blue. And 6 white. Drop to 1 mountain and add another white. I really don't need the mountain, even if I have Weapon Master. This is just circumstantial upside. Okay. My opponent hasn't made his deck. Anyway, I'll be back for deck playing